All right.
Welcome to my latest case, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. To start, choose junior or senior detective.
Senior.
If you're Dear Hannah, here I am at the railroad station along with a handful of other detectives about to board a train bound for who knows where. The only person who knows where we're going is Lori Gerard. That's the young woman who invited everyone. Actually, she didn't really invite me. She invited Frank and Joe Hardy, and they invited me. And I've always wanted to join forces with the Hardy Boys. I just hope this doesn't turn out to be another one of Lori's silly attempts to grab publicity. Some people can be a little too rich and a little too famous for their own good. Wish me luck. Love, Nancy.
Well, people, now that our little orientation tour is over, let's get started. Okay, I, again, am Lori Gerard, and the first thing I want to do is thank you all for coming. John Gray, I am so thrilled that you're taking time out from that TV show of yours to do some ghost hunting here with us. I mean, Ghost Chasers is like the best cable show ever. And Charlena Purcell, I cannot tell you how much I adore those romance novels you write. Your characters just seem so real. And all that stuff you know about the Old West, you are just awesome. And Tino Balducci, only the most famous police detective in the country. And then there's Frank and Joe Hardy. They're amateur detectives. My dad and their dad are old friends. And you must be the other amateur detective, their friend, Natalie?
Nancy. Nancy Drew?
Whatever. All right, I'll bet you're wondering where we're going. Well, we're going to Copper Gorge, Colorado. Why? To solve the mystery of what happened to Jake Hurley, the man who originally owned this train. Because see, one day in 1903, this train was found in a place called Blue Moon Canyon, which was out in the middle of the Nevada desert. Only the engineer was on board, and he was dead. As for Jake Hurley, he had disappeared from the face of the earth. Oh, and two more things. Before he disappeared, Jake was rumored to have found the richest gold mine in the world. And the train he owned, this train, his wife Camille died on it while they were going to the gold fields. It was rumored to be haunted.
She's gone.
Oh my gosh.
What in the world?
Hey, what's going on?
People should never go tampering with things they don't understand.
Oh, brother.
It's okay. Everybody just stay calm. No need to panic. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Well, Nancy, you're up on all that social etiquette stuff. What are you supposed to do when your hostess vanishes into thin air?
If I don't seem concerned, it's because I'm not. Lori Gerard is a young woman whose only goal in life is to be famous. She craves attention and habitually uses her father's considerable wealth to get it.
I'm also not concerned because it feels like something she would do on purpose for publicity, like make it seem like she goes missing to add. Maybe she has hidden cameras. So I don't know. She's definitely doing something to get some attention. And Charlena Purcell, do you remember her?
No.
We talked to her in, I think it was Shadow Ranch. She was the author of the book, the whatever, romance novel.
Oh, okay.
You know, we talked to her to get information about Dirk Valentine.
Oh, okay.
And she was like the history buff on the Old West.
Okay.
And she wanted to write a book about it, and Nancy gave her information. So Charlena Purcell was the person we talked to over the phone. We never got to see her. I think we might have saw there might have been a picture of her on the book. And then now we get to see the Hardy Boys.
And her.
Yeah. Those are the previous characters. Hardy Boys we know because they've been in a ton of the previous games. She's only been in one, but she is a recurring character.
Okay.
The other guys, I don't think we've seen the other two before. I don't remember them.
Keep going. So you think her disappearing like that is just some kind of publicity stunt?
I just think she couldn't resist showing off in front of all of us minor celebrities. What was your name again?
Nancy Drew. You and I have actually met. Sort of. I called you not too long ago when I was at Shadow Ranch. You gave me some information about Dirk Valentine.
Ah, Nancy Drew.
You remember me?
No.
What else do you know about Jake Hurley?
Psst, Nancy! Come here.
Excuse me for a second.
Alright, what does he want?
Hey, Nance.
Where have you two been?
I followed Tino Balducci.
And I went after John Gray. He went straight to the room in the car that used to be Camille's and didn't come out again. I could hear all these weird noises coming from inside.
Did you talk to him?
I was just about to go in, but the next thing I know, Joe's got my arm in a vice grip and is dragging me back here, babbling about how Balducci's our guy.
He found something on the floor right where Laurie was standing when the train went dark. I saw him pick it up and put it in his pocket. Then he left.
Did you see what it was?
When I tried to talk to him, he just kind of brushed me aside and said something snotty like, "I'm on the job here, Junior, so just go back to the playground and stay out of the way." In case you two hadn't noticed, we're not getting a lot of respect around here. Can't we at least tell Balducci that we do stuff for ATAC?
You know the rules.
ATAC?
American Teens Against Crime. We do a lot of undercover work for them.
Wonder Cop's probably never even been undercover.
Joe, let it go. What'd Charlena have to say?
She thinks Laurie is faking this whole disappearance thing.
She's not the only one.
How can you say that? You heard Laurie scream.
Anybody can scream, Joe. Especially girls whose fathers have given them acting lessons along with everything else they've ever wanted.
What about you, Nancy? What do you think?
I kind of agree with Frank.
You've got to be kidding.
Do you think maybe one of Laurie's other guests is in on her disappearance?
It's certainly possible.
From the way she talked, it didn't sound like she knew any of them.
Maybe that's what she wanted us to think.
Or maybe that's what one of them wanted her to think.
Well, whether Laurie disappeared by force or by choice, what we've got to do now is find her.
Absolutely.
Has anyone talked to the engineer?
Not that I know of.
Then I'm going to head up front and tell him what's happened. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Good idea. In the meantime, we'll take another look around in here.
Great. Catch you later.
Oh, okay. Phone. Old-fashioned phone. I'm assuming this is taking place more modern era because I saw the laptop, so it's back to... I know the last game was Secret of the Old Clock taking place in 1930, but this is back to like 2005. So that was just like a one-off, the Secret of the Old Clock, I'm assuming. This is back to
Looks
normal.
like some sort of steam valve.
Do not open unless all... I'm gonna do it.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look good.
Did it? I was hoping something bad would happen. Well, maybe something will. We do it again.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look good.
I'll leave it. It's fine, right?
Oops.
I was hoping for a little
That
bit more
doesn't
than
look good. This door goes outside. Opening it now would not be a good idea.
Yeah, not very adventurous, are you? It's not the Nancy Drew I know.
Pretty. Looks like some kind of gemstone.
Okay, we'll note that for later. Emergency
This must have
brake,
been the sleeping car.
one side of it.
I need 4 numbers to unlock this, and there's, what, 10,000 possible combinations? Guessing could take me a while.
True. Well, look the same here. Tale of 2 dolls. Ill-tempered Edna could not get her way. She couldn't get Alice to come out and play. I can't, I'm too tired, is what Alice said. I just want to go straight back to bed. Edna angrily tried to make herself heard, but all that came out was one 2-part word. Why, I'm not your mother, yawning Alice replied, till Edna the Terrible finally gave up and cried. I don't know. Anything. There's probably some kind of secret. Right now, I don't think we even have a puzzle to use this. Tale of 2 dolls. Let's keep it in our head. Maybe something about 2 dolls will come up. Here.
Hey, come on over here. Hi, you're that Nancy person. How you doing? John Gray.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I've seen your TV show.
Then I don't have to explain what I'm doing.
Yeah, you do.
Right now I'm taking time-lapse electromagnetic readings and recording background noise. This was Camille's private car. If she had something to do with Laurie's disappearance, analyzing these readings may give me a clue as to Laurie's whereabouts.
Are you saying that Camille's ghost kidnapped Lori?
What to most people are ghosts are actually temporary distortions in local electromagnetic fields caused by the presence of residual psychic energy generated by the person or persons who frequented that particular locale. That's my working theory, at least.
That's a little hard to swallow.
It's all very scientific. But the fact is, Laurie's missing, and I, for one, am doing everything in my power to find her. The vibes I'm getting make me think she could be in serious trouble.
Charlena Purcell thinks Lori is just playing some kind of joke on us.
Charlena Purcell writes romance novels. End of comment.
What do you think of Tino Balducci?
I kind of feel sorry for the guy. After catching those bank robbers, he can't just be a good cop anymore. He's got to be a great cop. Tough to perform under that kind of pressure.
Is Lori a friend of yours?
First time I met her was when I boarded this train with all the rest of you. I knew her by reputation, of course, like everyone else who reads the tabloids. It doesn't appear that anyone aboard this train is her friend.
Maybe she planned it that way.
You mean so we'd concentrate all our efforts on finding Jake Hurley? Possible, although she really doesn't strike me as being the planning type.
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Okay, that's interesting. So this is his little area.
This looks like some sort of game.
Doesn't seem to... Oh, it's lined up.
Wipe out. Wipe out.
Okay, that felt a little delayed. I'm gonna try one more time. I don't even know if you get anything from this, but... Never... Come on.
Oops.
My mouse moved slightly.
Wipe out.
Why didn't it work? It just didn't move. Okay. If it's like a little too close, it just won't.
I thought it went over some of them.
It did, but if it gets a little too close, I guess, you have to leave a little bit of space. Otherwise, it just won't move. You have to kind of do it a bit early.
I did it! Wonder what's in here.
Okay, it's some music sheet. And it actually gives us the letters on the bottom, which is nice. Alright, so we got a music sheet.
What shall I play?
Oh. I don't know which one which. Oh.
Don't do that, please! Those microphones I set up over there are very sensitive. You just about took out my eardrums.
Okay, I guess we can't
You
even
can play
it.
that thing when I'm done. I'll let you know when that is, all right?
Okay.
We don't know which one's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We don't. We'll continue
Looks like
on.
some kind of sewing sampler. I wonder if there's a relationship between those symbols and those numbers.
So this is some information. So if we see any of these symbols somewhere, maybe oh, some of them are on the trains. So I see an owl and cherries, which is 710. Awful Ursula. Supposed to be. All I see here is an owl and cherries, 710. Do we see any other symbols in here?
Not on the, there's a doll.
Yeah, I don't see the doll
And then
anywhere.
there's the doll.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. It doesn't have a number.
I mean,
So see.
No. And then there's a green thing on the train, but there's no numbers either.
No, there's nothing. Yeah, I don't see anything for numbers. I only see the owl and cherries.
Yeah.
For 710. That's on a derailed cart. But this might be important for other things stitched together somewhere else, maybe.
Thomasina O'Neill.
A ribbon?
Looks like Camille was teaching herself how to play the piano.
Okay, so we can do it, just we have to wait for what's his name to be done with his setup before we can use the piano. That'll be interesting.
It's locked.
Not a wind-up key or something?
I wonder what's under here, and what the deal is with those weird-looking bolts.
Yeah.
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's me.
Hi, Bess.
And me.
Hey, George, what's up?
What's up? You're the one who's on the train with a bunch of famous people. You tell us. This is torture, Nancy. I'm dying of curiosity here. Bess, just calm down. Oh, like you're not just as curious as I am. She's the one who insisted we call you Nancy. Only because you're driving me crazy. I'm supposed to be helping her paint her room, but every other brushstroke she's like, where do you think she is now? How do you think the Hardy Boys are doing? Why do you think she hasn't called? What do you think Laurie Gerard is wearing? Oh, George, that is so not true. I couldn't care less what Laurie Gerard is wearing. So come on, Nancy. You're on a train full of famous people bound for who knows where. So dish already, would ya? Bess, calm down. Look what you did. You got paint in my hair. I'm sorry. You know, actually, that looks kind of cool. Nice try, Bess. No, really. You're just saying that because you're afraid I'll bail and you'll wind up having to paint this dump all by yourself. George, I kid you not. You should seriously think about doing some major highlights in that color.
What color is it?
Adobe beige.
Nice try, Bess.
What's going on, Nan?
Our hostess has disappeared.
What do you mean, disappeared?
I mean, the train went into a tunnel, everything went dark, and when the train came out of the tunnel, no Lori. She just disappeared.
Publicity stunt.
My thoughts exactly.
Remember the time she was allegedly kidnapped from her Vegas hotel room? Yeah, the guy across the hall just happened to have a camera and got it all on tape. It made the evening news in practically every city in the country. And then there was her daring escape the next morning. Only it turns out she faked the whole thing. Of course, she claims her ex-boyfriend faked it to get back at her. She thought she was really being kidnapped. Like anybody believes that.
Sounds to me like somebody has been spending a lot of time reading the tabloids.
George has. Very funny. So what else is going on?
Before she disappeared, Lori told us that the purpose of this train trip is to find out what happened to Jake Hurley, the train's original owner.
Was he murdered or something?
No one knows. He was married to a woman named Camille, but she died, and he eventually vanished while mining for gold. His train was found abandoned in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada, with no one on board but his dead engineer.
Whoa, spooky. Have any theories?
Not yet, but the train is also rumored to be haunted by his dead wife.
So first Hurley's wife dies, then Hurley vanishes, then the engineer dies, then Lori vanishes. A pattern, maybe? Bess, do us all a favor and leave the detective work to Nancy, okay?
Has either of you been to Copper Gorge, Colorado?
Never heard of the place. Why?
Well, that's where the train I'm on is headed. Apparently Jake Hurley buried his wife Camille there after she died on the train.
She died on the train? Ew, creepy.
John Gray has set up a bunch of equipment in Camille's train car in hopes of documenting distortions in the electromagnetic field caused by her residual energy.
Say what? He's looking for Camille's ghost. Don't you ever watch him on TV? Just because I watch him doesn't mean I understand him.
I better go.
We'll be right here. Yeah, washing the paint out of our hair.
Let's, camera. Ooh. Send. We can take pictures.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Can I do anything else? Directory, so we can call home. I don't think anybody's
Bus
gonna
and
answer.
home.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody's gonna. Nobody ever answers every call home.
This is the Drew residence. Please leave a message at the beep.
Hi, Hannah. Bye, Hannah.
All right, so that's all you can do there. You can view our pictures. So take a picture from our camera. That. Email and messaging. It's unable to provide you with email access. We're sorry for any inconvenience this is causing you, unless, of course, you are a hacker. In which case, we're not sorry at all. So we're not going to be getting any emails, so we don't have to look at our phone too much. Notebook, cool. We don't really look, let's be honest. See what else we can find.
Eliza Sandberger.
Amber. Jake Hurley for the price $3.73. One Krollmeister doll with decorative red ribbon. Oh, we found a blue ribbon. On this 16th day of June, 1880. Okay.
Hey, Nancy, right?
That's right, Nancy Drew.
Amateur detective, huh? Ever thought about becoming a real detective? You know, like me?
Well, I don't know. Do you like what you do?
I love it. You, heard about those bank robberies I solved, right?
Tell me about them.
Baffling case. Two-man team at 17 banks in 3 states in 5 days. FBI had no idea who the perps were. But after forcing their vehicle to a stop, confronting them, despite the fact that they were armed and giving chase, I single-handedly made the collar.
I heard they stopped because you accidentally rear-ended them.
You heard wrong. You see, Nancy, when somebody does something really remarkable in this country, the first thing everybody else does is try to tear them down. Reporters, late-night comedians, even some of my fellow officers, all have been spreading vicious lies about me. Why? Because they've never done anything remarkable in their sorry little lives, and they're jealous. Anyway, you should look around in here. Lots of interesting stuff. This was Jake's private car, you know.
I understand that you found something on the floor in the dining car.
Yeah, at first I thought it was an old coin, but it turned out to be some kind of slug.
Do you think it had anything to do with Lori's disappearance?
Nah, probably been lying there for 100 years. May have served a purpose back then, but now, worthless.
May I see it?
Sure, in fact, here, keep it. Wear it around your neck or something. That way, when people ask you where you got it, you can tell them Tino Balducci gave it to you. The Tino Balducci.
Oh, thank you.
What else can I do for you?
So, what do you think happened to Lori?
Well, she could have been kidnapped, she could have been tossed off the train, she could be hiding from us. But I obviously won't know which until I've gathered all the facts.
So, you're gathering facts?
Of course. It may not look it because that's my style. I'm a low-key kind of guy. But hey, don't worry. I'll know the facts when I know the facts. The truth can't be rushed, you know.
Have you had a chance to talk to Charlena Purcell?
Now, why would I want to do a thing like that?
You don't like her?
I can't stand those sappy books she writes. And seeing as I said as much during an interview on national TV once, it's a pretty safe bet she doesn't like me.
Have you talked to John Gray?
The ghost guy? Total quack. Only reason I talked to him would be to arrest him for fraud.
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Don't mention it.
Wonder what Jake used this for.
Person carbide? Bullets or something? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what that.
Another gemstone.
Gonna keep that in our memory bank. We know where 2 of them are. They're in animals. Both of them are in animals. An old periodic table.
Camille with Hager Anderson and Chantilly Hildegard.
Those are the two dolls. Hmm. Gemstones and how to identify them. Okay, so we're gonna need to look through that probably because
Looks
of
like
the
an old-fashioned cigar box. Wonder why it's locked.
silver. Okay, so it's a color code. AG is silver. That's probably why they have the periodic table right above it. AG is silver. 47. Why the colors? Is there like a gemstone that contains silver? I don't think silver is going to be in any. It's not going to mention silver anyway. Doesn't seem like they're making mention about what they're made of. This one says chromium. Trace amounts of chromium. That's an element. I don't see anything about silver though. Aluminum oxide for corundum.
If you remember those.
Oh, we don't necessarily. Now. Titanium and sapphires. I'm just looking for anything that mentions elements because we're looking for silver. I don't see anything about silver in there. So silver has something to do with colors. We don't know what colors go into silver. There's no silver, and then there's colors.
JH. For Jake Hurley, obviously. Must be Jake's insignia. Another gemstone.
Huh. That's 3 gemstones.
Yes.
We know about 3.
An old scale. Strange. It seems to be built into the wall. Those symbols look like the ones I saw in that sampler.
Oh, I see. The thing that Tino found is a weight for the scale. And you need to probably get to the key. I'm assuming. Oh. Well, we'll see. We probably just need more of these. We don't have enough, I'm guessing. We can't do anything just yet. Oh, yeah, 710. We don't have enough. So I think the conductor was probably supposed to be phoned through the old telephone. Okay. I thought I heard something. Oh, okay. Very difficult puzzle. Weird perspective, Oh, this is definitely on the bottom. And this is definitely over here. This one. Look. That looks about right, right?
Yes.
Looks right to me. I'm just seeing if there's anything wrong here. Yes. There is. I think
What's
it's
that?
these two.
Left pickaxe and lamp with buhl for safekeeping. To open what's closed, lead is the key. Or is it lead is the key?
I think it's lead.